Hello. I'm gonna give my thoughts on the 7 Hertz Salnotes Zero. Um, like I do with all my other blah 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 things. I note that this is not really I guess a proper review. I guess I'm not gonna say the obvious stuff. You can honestly look for another video for that type of thing. This is just my personal thoughts as a consumer and my general experience with the product. So, straight up. In my opinion, the design very nice. Feels a lot more. I'm gonna compare it mostly to the Chew because they're probably around the same price point. I mean, they're around the same price point. I guess I'll compare it to my other KZs, but I think the Chew is the more closer and more modern comparison that you could say. So, Salnotes Zero. What do I think about the design? Traditional IEM like. I feel like it's a little more blockier type thing. Uh, it's honestly a design that stands out. I have no really complaints here. I feel like it's pretty well. I kind of like the silhouette. I honestly wasn't a big fan of it at first, but now that I've kind of had it in the hand, I really like the color and like this little metal type thing. I think it's great. There's nothing really to complain about here. I think it looks a lot more professional, a little bit more traditional than the Chews for me. And I feel like I definitely prefer the design of these, in my opinion, because this is a little bit more classy. When the Chews, the thing could wear it off maybe, and it won't look as clean or sharp. But for this, you can't really do anything to this. This will look like this for a long time. And the Chews kind of looked like just they're ovals. So yeah, this is a lot more traditional. This is a lot more something that I would choose for. But now we go. I'm gonna talk about the ear tips. One thing I will say is that I really like that it came with a bunch of sets of ear tips that are different bore widths that are the same size. So I could, and of course, ear tips change the sound. You get to choose. You get to choose what you like there. If you want, blah blah blah, modify the bass, blah blah blah, stuff like that. Stuff that you can Google. But I will say that I've used the orange ones mostly, or when I wanted to get a little bit more comparison stuff, a little bit more when I wanted to just use this like more seriously. I did use my spin fits. I say that because I haven't been. I usually use this as like a work centered something I used when I'm like studying or something. Something I use when I'm like doing stuff rather than focusing on when I like purposely listen to music. But I literally I have done that a lot with these. But this isn't the point why I got these. So in general, uh, speaking of I guess the design, I forgot to mention that the fitment, of course, fits really well. No real complaints. There are no sharp edges. No nothing. It is pretty seamless. Nothing really else to say there. In terms of sound, I guess you could say it sounds pretty similar to the Chew. Blah blah blah. Neutralish. Nothing really too. Nothing really too out there in terms of sound. Nothing really too experimental. I guess this is pretty tame. Clean mid range. Pretty much everything else is nothing somebody would, I guess, not have a taste for. This is a pretty good for the general population, in my opinion. I guess nothing too sharp. That's really it. That's all I have to say. Am I satisfied with it? Yes. Do I like listening to music on this? Yes. Yeah. Nothing to complain, especially at this budget range. But you know that really depends on you. Speaking on, I guess, the budget rate, I think I really like the price point of this. This is really cheap. I feel like if this like this competes with the Chew, and I think this beats the Chew in a lot of other ways. I think I personally might miss the Chew, but I'm not too sad about it. I have been thinking of getting another Chew, but this I'm satisfied with this. I do think this would be a lot better for a lot more people. especially with the detachable cable, was a deal breaker for a lot of people for the Moondrop shoe. But this, yeah, great buy. I will say that I think it's at the perfect price point it can be. It competes with the Chew. I feel like if it was any more money, if it was like $10 more, $15 more, I feel like it might be. I like yeah, has great value, superb value for it. But I feel like if it was any more, then it'd be a lot harder to sell. I feel like maybe at a little bit more price, you might you might just get a Chew, settle for a Chew instead. If this cost more, significantly more than it, uh, because the Chew is still great value as well. Or like if this was significantly more, this was like $10-15 more, maybe it'd be a lot better to save for like the Truth Year Zero, which I do prefer. But generally, yeah, nothing to do. Like, yeah, this is great. Very tame in terms of the actual. I forgot like the ear tip fitment. Nothing like absurd like the Truth Year Zero with its huge ass tip. So, I mean like nozzle. But yeah, cable is fine. It doesn't come with a carrying case, but I don't really care. I don't use those. I like this. It's cheap. I beat it up. I will say that this probably is a hype project. Like this is just what's hype right now in the IEM phase. But that's honestly what the IEM scene is really, compared to like the headphones. I definitely think this is a good buy. Yeah. Despite the hype, how maybe in like 2 years this probably will be irrelevant and there'll probably be something better at this price point, or like even 1 year or a few months even probably, considering how much IEMs get put out today. But I think that's fine. I think this will last definitely for a while. This is definitely a standout at this budget range, and I think it's exactly where it needs to be. Yeah. Overall, this is Gary approved. Nothing really to say here. Yeah. That's it. I don't think 7 Hertz has much else at this price point. But for this being, you know, this definitely honestly makes me want to. This is a great introduction for me for the company. Now I kind of want more. Now I kind of want to try their other stuff. I heard they, I heard a lot of good stuff from the Dioko, and I heard a lot of other stuff from their more upper range, high end stuff. So it kind of makes me want to. It gives me attention. It puts me at a place where I want to know what this company is releasing next. If they're gonna release something at this project range, because it seems like their products are really good and it's not a fluke. You feel me? When it was the blondes, that was pretty much a fluke. Stuff like that. This kind of makes me, yeah. But yeah, that's it. That's my little short thoughts on this. I really like it. For me, it's something that I do gravitate to when listening as well. Like, definitely something when I want to just put something else on to refresh. But yeah, great every day. Bye bye.